Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram. Patita Pavan Sita Ram. Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram. Patita Pavan Sita Ram. Sundar Vigraha Megha Shyam. Sundar Vigraha Megha Shyam. Ganga Tulasi Salagram. Sundar Vigraha Megha Shyam. Ganga Tulasi Salagram. Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram. Patita Pavan Sita Ram. Bhadragirishwar Sita Ram. Bhadragirishwar Sita Ram. Bhagat Jana Priya Sita Ram. Bhadragirishwar Sita Ram. Bhagat Jana Priya Sita Ram. Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram. Patita Pavan Sita Ram. जानकी रमणा सीताराम जय जय राघव सीताराम जानकी रमणा सीताराम जय जय राघव सीताराम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन 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 सीताराम पतित पावन सीताराम पतित पावन सीताराम। बोलो रामचंद्र भगवान की सीता मैया की जय। Rishi, right?
Yes.
I made Rishi sweat for the tabla. Many of our friends are joining now. You can switch it on, yeah. There are a few more spots here if you would like to come here, or you can couple of chairs as well if you would prefer to sit on the chair. Few of our friends are joining now. How many of you are joining today post afternoon? Okay. Welcome. We'll take a moment to center ourselves. Take a comfortable posture. Eyes are gently closed. Center yourself through the breath. Let us chant Omkara thrice. Inhale. 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 Slowly and gently, you may open the eyes. Look at your neighbor or person sitting in front of you and give a wide, nice, hearty smile. Not the aerostess smile. Shivam will light the lamp and join me in chanting Asatoma Sadgamaya together. For those who don't know the mantra, it's printed on the booklet, on the prayers page. Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I have the live bamboo here for a reason. Bamboo is a very unique plant. Certain species of bamboo takes more than 3 to 5 years to sprout. But once sprouted, it's as if the bamboo is unstoppable. It grows and grows and grows a few feet per day. That's the power of the state of restful growth. More often, the world makes us feel as if a pause is illegal, as if a pause is equated to a negative state of being, but it's not. A seed has all the potential to grow into a huge tree, but it takes its time. Each one of you, each one of us are these unique seeds of life. Each one of us take our own time to put out our potential. We shall never judge one seed to another. The time it takes to break open, sprout, and then grow into a huge tree. Another thing the world, religions also sometimes enforces is uniformity. conformity. Each seed is unique. No, this seed of bamboo or a seed of other redwood tree is not trying to be uniform. It's trying its best to put out its unique self into the world. We have a lot of things to learn from these seeds. That let it take its time, but we are going to break open ourselves from all the inhibitions that we entertain, all the inhibitions the world puts on us, sometimes religious thoughts as well. We address everything to break open and put out our potential. That's the power of rest. That's the power of incubation. That's the power. Another example to show the power in this state is that in the tropical countries, the construction is often by concrete. The concrete, because of the heat and this expansion in solids, these walls of even huge sky raisers, there is a crack in that concrete structure, a small crack, micro crack. And then these birds are carrying the fruits or seeds of various trees in their droppings, and the bird is flying by a concrete structure, puts that fruit or its droppings, and then that seed goes and gets stuck in these crevices of the concrete. Once this seed in the rainy season gets enough moisture, takes in that moisture, heat, and it has so much power in it that it gets stuck in this micro crevices of the cement structure, the concrete structure. It has so much power that it breaks open these concrete structure, reinforced concrete structures, and grows into a small sapling. And that sapling has so much power that as it is growing, it shatters some other portion of that structure and finally grows into a particular plant there. The maintenance people have to handle it periodically, otherwise there is a structural destruction to that building. That is the power in a seed. That's the power. We are not going to break open, destroy somebody. What I mean to say through this example is the power in each of us, the potential in each of us to undertake the journey of life, to express ourselves in the best way possible for the good of oneself and the good of the whole world. That's the bamboo, that's the power in seed, that's the spiritual seed that institution like this, Puja Swamiji and his work in his disciples, what we try to do is try to share the seeds of wisdom in this context of a retreat, that you all can take it in and then really make this wisdom grow in you in a best possible way. That's the retreat. The thought will continue our exploration regarding acceptance. Let us chant the Bhagavad Gita shloka. Repeat after me. An insight from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse number 14. Matra sparshastu kaunteya Shitoshna sukha dukkhadaha Agama payino nityaha Tam stitikshasva bharata. The rules of the Sanskrit grammar makes the word arrangement like that. I have broken down for you to take the word by word meaning. But otherwise, what is this verse essentially telling us about acceptance? The verse, thousands of year old insight from Sanatana Dharma, is sort of presenting a neurobiological perspective before us, calling every experience of pain and pleasure is but a sensation. A sensation which arises because of sense organs coming in touch with sense objects. And Krishna is telling Arjuna to note this insight for day to day living. Resist nothing, first accept whatever is happening. Agama painaha anityaha. All these sensations, they come. Usually the expression is they come and they go. In fact, I would say they come only to go. They come only to go. Nothing lasts forever. Observe your own life. You may be overwhelmed by a certain sensation. How long does it last? Any emotion, any feeling, any sensation, how long can it last? I sometimes say not more than 3 days. Okay, stretch it, not more than 3 months. Extreme cases, few years. We are not going for exceptions. Of course, every rule has an exception. You can say, what about depression, etc.? Yes, unfortunately, we do have certain conditions where for years a person is undergoing a particular frame of mind or stream of thoughts, a state of mind, state of being. I'm not touching upon that. But look at all other emotions, feelings that run through our mind. Nothing lasts more than a few hours. Nothing lasts more than a few days. But what we do is we're very dramatic about the way we approach it. We resist every feeling. I go back to something that is printed on the previous page. The tight grip of it should be this way. The tight grip of it should be this way. Sometimes the society puts it, families put it, more often, finally, we put it on ourselves. It should be this way or it should not be this way. It should not be this way. It ought to be this way. Because of which we resist everything, because there is a mental picture of how it has to be, how it has to be, how it should be, how everything should be. We put a lot of musts and shoulds sometimes on ourselves. We may not put it out on others, but we put a lot on ourselves. Spirituality, adhyatma, is easing those things, easing those things. Pujya Swamiji used to say that in my teachings, I never use should, must. Allow the process to take over, allow the change and transformation to happen, and it need not be done in a very harsh way. You can approach yourself, life, with a lot of patience and love. Patience and love. So in this context, I'd like to tell this to all you young friends sitting before me. I'm also not so old, I suppose. You see, life gets tougher as we age. This is the easiest time of your life. Whatever you may be going through is nothing when you compare yourself to a person living life at its 50 or 45. This is nothing. What problem? You don't have big bills to pay. You don't have big health problems. Nothing. So easiest time of your life. So enjoy it to the fullest rather than creating a big complicated state for yourself. Creating a big complicated state for yourself. See, whenever life seems tougher, overwhelming, you have to bring in a bigger perspective to look at it all. If you are operating from the same realm, you will never find a solution. You have to think in a very, very bigger way. Only then you'll be able to make sense out of your life. So, the Bhagavad Gita's way, or a spiritual Vedantic way, is that whenever life seems overwhelming, your problems seem overwhelming, Krishna asks us to look at it from this perspective. Or ask a question to yourself: can I look at this situation in this perspective? And what is that perspective? Can I see whatever is happening in my mind as a fleeting sensation? As a fleeting sensation which doesn't last for so long. It doesn't last at all. It's like a fruit. You put it, it goes away in a few days. In a few days. But the modern world fruits are genetically engineered, they stay like that. I give you all some small diversion, a thumb rule to recognize which is really good food. That which goes bad fast is good food. That which doesn't go bad for months, that's bad food. That's bad. That can be categorized as unhealthy, bad food. Wow, some of the dates when I see here, especially, I get shocked. I don't see those kind of dates even in UK, India, etc. The US, the shelf life, somebody gave me something and the expiry date is 2027. My 2027 calendar is also not planned. But then this will last like that. But not your feelings, whatever is happening in the mind. It's temporary. Look at it. How you were feeling in the morning is not the same in the afternoon, not the same in the night. So, do not concretize. What Krishna, Bhagavad Gita is trying to say is, do not concretize a fleeting sensation. Our approach is to concretize a fleeting sensation. We make a big deal out of it, of a sensation. One of the person I knew, friends at Harvard, she broke up. And then when you break up, of course, there is a certain feeling, sensation. They made such a big deal out of it. There was a gathering called where everybody came and gave flowers, cut cakes and oranges and whatnot. I said, okay, if it's for one day, fine. But it went for 3 sessions. Come on, third one was little extra. We concretize a sensation. May not be required. If you are approaching something to heal it, is fine. Do how many of the rituals you want. But our approach is to concretize something. Immediately we want to name it. There is a sensation, oh, I can't stand the heat. Concretized it. Concretize it. Array, there is heat. We are not denying it. Acceptance doesn't mean denial. Acceptance doesn't mean denial. We're only addressing psychological resistance which sets in. So you recognize and see what can be done. Fix it in that way. Why should you concretize it and make it a solid stone and then it becomes extremely difficult to deal with it. Probably third session is not enough, you may need 10th one. So Krishna's Bhagavad Gita's way instruction is to see it as a fleeting sensation. Just like waves, they come and go. This is one of the analogies used in Vedanta, in spirituality, to deal with an array of situations and problems of life. A very nice exercise would be to visualize, or if you have a physical place, suppose you are living near the coast, it can be a beautiful meditation done on the seashore. You are there, gazing at the sea, gazing at the waves. A wave comes only to go back. An emotion comes and it settles down. A sensation is there and it settles down. That's the approach that Vedanta takes in order to bring about acceptance in us. More often, yes, we may accept the weather, we accept many things. What is most difficult to accept is our state of being, our state of mind. Spirituality is developing this ability to stay put for some time at least, accept whatever is going on. The moment you resist, it becomes a bigger monster. Or the other thing, what the modern world today, 2025, offers is that whatever you're feeling, if you want to get out of it, the mind brings in a thought, it has to be this way or it should not be this way. Two streams of thoughts come, and what do? You go for immediate gratification, you go for instant gratification. It's all in our hands reach. Or from here to dining hall is few steps. Whatever, take that example in your context. Immediately we seek instant gratification, and that's not few steps away, few miles away, that's just a phone screen tap app away. That's it. So that's how we have trained our mind not to handle ourselves. So Vedantic way is to constantly see it as fleeting sensations. Fleeting sensations. Going further, in order to bring in the sense of acceptance, we got to have a certain objective worldview. Objective worldview. What is objective worldview? Developing the ability to see again and again, see world as it is. World and situations as they are, as they unfold. Problems come and solutions also come. That's how life is. Now, once Puja Swamiji was sharing this, it seems many years back, about probably 20 years, 25-year-old story. During winter, Swamiji used to hold Christmas retreat, etc. here at the ashram. There was a person driving from somewhere coming to ashram. That person had a flat tire on one of the highways. And then it was winter. Those days the traffic was not like the way it is towards this side, and this is a remote corner. So the person thought, okay, probably this is the last day. I'm stuck in this snow kind of a situation. I have a flat tire and then I'm unable to figure out how to change it right now in this particular condition. I think this is my last few hours, this is my last day, and that's it. And somehow, when this whole thing was going on in that situation, somebody stopped. Usually who stops like that? Somebody stopped, and this is pre-cell phone era, Somebody stopped and helped this person to change the flat tire, and that person drove to the ashram and came to Puja Swamiji and said, Swamiji, God only saved me today. I had a flat tire. I think I would be dead and gone. God saved me. So Swamiji asked what happened, narrated the whole story. There was a flat tire, and somebody came and helped me fix it. God only saved me. God only gave me this solution. So Puja Swamiji asked that person, hey, then who gave you the flat tire in the first place? Is there some devil sitting somewhere giving you flat tire and God sending person to fix it? No. This is how life is. Problems are there, solutions also come forth. Meanwhile, we have to develop the ability, patience to accept the situation. And acceptance doesn't mean to be in a passive state of being. You're actively trying to do all that you can in order to address the problem. Vedanta brings in this worldview a lens to examine the world so that you can gain deeper acceptance of life as it folds. Rishis observed the whole world. I told you rishis are great in observation of life. They observed the whole world and came up with this conclusion. Everything in this world undergoes this 6 stages of transformation, which are called as Shadvikara. Anything, living, non-living, stone to plant to human body, everything undergoes these 6 stages. I have printed it for you all in the Yoga of Objectivity page. Somehow we missed the page numbers. The first one is Asti. Can you repeat after me? Asti. Sanskrit word Asti. Asti means something is. The bamboo was in the seed form, but it still is. It's still in a state of being. That's called Asti. And then the seed sprouts, a bamboo sapling is out. It's called Jayate. Something is born. Jayate. Repeat after me. Just to make you familiar with few Sanskrit words. And also see if you are awake. Once there's one of our teachers, senior teachers in Chennai, India. Swamiji's name is Swami Paramarthananda. There was a student who was always going to his lectures, Swamiji's lectures. So she had a guest at home one of the days. But she's a student who goes to Vedanta Bhagavad Gita classes very regularly each and every day. Now there's a guest at home. She's unable to decide whether to go for the lecture or spend time with the guest. But her mind is to go attend the lecture. So she decided, let me put this idea to this guest. Hey, I go for one Vedanta Bhagavad Gita classes with one Swamiji. Would you like to join me? And she said, why not? Let's go. So she also accompanied, the guest accompanied this lady, and they went to Swami Paramarthanandaji's Vedanta Bhagavad Gita class. So the class, both of them attended, the class got finished. And this guest went to Swami Paramarthananda and she said, Swamiji, you have some power. Swamiji said, I don't have any power, I just teach Bhagavad Gita. She said, no, you have some magical power. Swamiji said, no, I don't have anything like that. I just teach this wisdom contained in Bhagavad Gita. She again said, you have some power. So Swamiji asked, okay, tell me what is it. She said, Swamiji, I have been struggling to sleep all these years. I have insomnia. I have been on sleeping pills, but I sat in your class. I slept so well. This was the most quality sleep I have enjoyed in years. You have some power. I hope I don't have that power to put you to sleep. The second stage of it is Jayate. A something is born. A rock is formed. Jayate. Vardate. a body or a sapling grows. There's a period of growth where you increase in height and width, etc. After a certain age, we stop increasing in length, we start increasing in width. That is life. Expansion horizontally. Vardate, it grows. Everything grows. Then the fourth change, the fourth transformation is viparinamate. Please repeat after me. Viparinamate. Viparinamate. Viparinamate means it starts changing after a growth phase, or there are a lot more changes in a living structure, or it could be anything in the nature. It undergoes certain transformation. It changes. And after certain period of changes, what happens is apakshiyate. It starts to decline. It starts to age. If it's a living body, it starts to age and break down. If it is a plant or a tree, it's the same story. And then if you're talking about a stone or any other physical thing, apply the laws of chemistry and physics, you see that it starts to decline. And one fine day, the same bamboo plant, which was in the sprout stage and had all the growth and transformation, one day it dies. It dies. Vinashyati. Vinashyati. Now, look at any emotion. Look at any emotion that comes to your mind through these 6 paradigms, through this Shadvikara. Isn't it every feeling or any emotion, any situation undergo the same 6 stages? Isn't it so? Agree or disagree? How many agree? Disagree? Not sure, yet to examine? Okay. You see that any situation in life undergoes the same phases, and one fine day it's not there. Thus, acceptance. Thus, titiksha. For whose sake, a question may come, why am I accepting and putting up with life? For whose sake? For the sake of somebody else? No, for your own sake. For your own sake. That's why Adhyatma Vidya, I told you, not for anybody else's sake, for your sake. For inner peace, for your inner tranquility, and for your inner peace. For nobody else. For nobody else. This is a very important thing to understand in life. You start examining everything in this lens. Emotions will not overwhelm you. Situations of life will not overwhelm you. You accept. You gain this super ability to accept. There's a book by the name Siddhartha by a famous author, Hermann Hesse. This Siddhartha, a sage-like character, is asked, what are your abilities? What are your abilities? He says, I can wait. I can wait. Wow, what a superpower. One gets everything that one wants in life, but time frame may not be the same for you, and the time period for me may not be the same. We must understand life in all its grandeur and in the bigger perspective. So acceptance is also a sort of wait, a patient approach towards the unfoldings of life, and a super ability which enables you enables you to face life as it comes. Face life as it comes. I have addressed this, but I would like to touch upon it again from few more perspectives. Everybody has a picture in the mind about how things should be or things should not be, isn't it? So all of us have it. But have you ever examined from where has it all come from? From where has it all come from? This is all something that we have acquired over a period of time from the society, from the context that we are in, the context that we are born in. Suppose you are born in a certain family, in a certain community, certain race, certain geography. How life should be, how life should not be, is highly conditioned by these parameters. Your conception and worldview of and life is highly conditioned by these factors. Suppose you're born in Indian community, your world, how it should look like, the world is STEM world. Science, technology, what is that? Engineering and math. That's the world, that's the Indian world, how it should be. How it should be, that's the STEM world. You're born in another geography, that's not the same. That STEM world is not there, how it should be. It's very different. So, more often, for us to express ourselves, to accept all of it, what is stopping us is this conception of life. In fact, I would say that's not a conception of life, as I discussed. It's a conception of lifestyle, really, not life. This conception of how my lifestyle should look, this picture is highly conditioned. In so many people, it expresses as stress. In some, it expresses as anxiety. In some, it expresses as disappointment. Why? Because somehow I was conditioned to look at lifestyle like this and it has not happened as yet, so I'm disappointed. I developed these views inward. Vedanta is to address this conditioning. This conditioning, we call it as ignorance. From where is it stemming from? We deeply examine it. We deeply examine it. Then you start finding solutions layer by layer, layer by layer. So in Vedanta, what you got to do is constantly examine these conditionings. Where is it that I'm getting this picture? Where is it I'm getting this picture from? For kids in Bangalore, this is coming from Bollywood. This world, this is how life should look. Highly coming from Karan Johar's point of view. This is how wedding should look. The wedding was portrayed in a certain way in all the cinemas. So that picture is stuck in every Indian mind. This is how wedding should look. From where did it come from? Karan Johar. So you trace it. So you come out of the shackles of this conditioning. From where am I getting this thought that this is how it should be? Address it. You have broken out. You're free to that extent. You're free to that extent. You find freedom and acceptance here and now when you address this shackle. So acceptance is that ability to carefully, deeply examine life and situation that you're in, not to just be in the same state, but to find a solution. To find a solution, you must first accept where you are. If I need to go from place A to B, first I got to accept that I'm in place A. Then I can find routes to go to place B. Acceptance is this. Another point that people find it hard to accept is why me? Why this is all happening to me? Why me? Why life has chosen me as the victim? Why this injustice to me? Why this injustice to me, or why this situation to me? But friends, I would like to tell you that these problems are same for one and all. We have built a culture around the world where we don't put out our challenges, where we don't put out our problems. We put out only our best selves. We put out the pictures of only our travels. We put out our pictures of only our moments of successes. We never put out our failures, our setbacks. LinkedIn, you open, you only have all the hallmarks. Nowadays, I was observing LinkedIn. In LinkedIn also, there is all big emotional posts and all that. They made it Instagram now, professional Instagram. So you only put your hallmarks, nothing else there. I came across somebody who had prepared a CV of all the setbacks that they had. And that person is an accomplished person today, but he put out all the challenges that he placed over years. So when you look around, it's just not your problem, it's not just your situation. Thousands of others are undergoing the same, millions of others are undergoing the same. It's just that we have not built a culture where we share that is all fundamental human problems. Sometimes that's why we feel that it's only me. People often, at least adults, pray like this: oh God, why me? If you examine that prayer, it means to say, oh, why not him? Oh God, why not him? Why did you choose me? But when you get a lottery, you never ask, why me? So we got to see life that it's the same reality, it's the same life, same challenges, same setbacks for one and all. I'll give you a practical example. When the COVID pandemic, oh my God, it seems like a distant thing, but not too far. We all underwent challenges. When the COVID pandemic news hit, everybody had their own anxiety. So much of fear for first few days. Then what happened? News flashed. It's not just for me, it's for everybody. It's for everybody. It's in US, it's in India, it's in Brazil, it's in China, it's everywhere. It's for everybody. Then everybody's anxiety came down few notches. Fears came out few notches. Swamiji, how do you say? Everybody started posting baking pictures. Dalgona coffee and some other one tray pasta trend. The non-bakers started baking. Everyone became chefs. Only shows certain level of anxiety has come down. Because you understood that it's not just your problem, it's everybody's problem. You found out unique ways of solving the problem in hand. Previously, one could never imagine life functioning remotely. Everything became remote. So, when you accept and when you are able to see that this is not just my problem, it's a universal problem, you will come up with creative solutions to handle the problem of non acceptance, the problem of resistance, the problem of sadness, grief, and an array of emotions which come into our mind. So, Vedanta solution, of course, it goes into particular solutions. But Vedanta has a unique way of handling things. It gives a very broad, generalized solution, like a broad spectrum antibiotic. Through this method, you can handle most of it. Look at every sensation as fleeting. That which is there for some time because of senses, sense organs coming in contact with sense objects, or you coming in contact with a person, still fits in the same paradigm. Or look at life from this Shadvikara perspective. Every situation in life, including the human body, a plant, tree, anything that you can touch, undergoes these 6 stages: That's the reality of life. That's the reality of every sensation and every emotion. If you can approach it like that, we have a very generalized solution to a lot of life's problems, and you can always point out few exceptions, and Vedanta has further solutions, fundamental solutions for it. So acceptance is brought forth in this way. Cultivation of acceptance is possible through a Vedantic paradigm in this way. I'd like to end this session by pointing out one important thing. The world may be whatever it is outside, whatever the situations could be, but what really matters is your inner world. There's a Upanishad saying, Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho, meaning mind alone is the cause for one's bondage, and mind alone is the cause for one's freedom. The world is what it is, but we create a big thought world which becomes bigger than the outer world. The thought world gains so much traction, so much power, that it becomes bigger than the reality you see outside. It becomes bigger than sun, moon, stars, air, food, sleep. The thought world has become bigger than that. Once it has become bigger than that, what you are going to live in a state of subjectivity. A state of subjectivity constantly takes you on an emotional ride. Series of rides. This ride is a huge ride, bigger than what they offer in Orlando. Keeps on taking you out, and you get stuck. You get stuck in this thought world, and you get so much stuck that you lose your ability to appreciate the outer reality as it expresses. You lose the ability to appreciate a flower. You lose the ability to appreciate the sun, moon, stars, air, water, food, sleep. Bear with me, I will be using this phrase throughout this retreat. I've given you caution. What is this boring Swami all the time repeating the same? Sun, then immediately mind goes into the memory mode. The moment I say life, sun, then you start saying moon, stars, air, food, sleep. So important. So important. Most important. I told you abhyasa, repetition of something which is most essential. So objectivity is not to get stuck in this thought world, not to be overwhelmed by this subjective world, and the substance for this creation of this subjective world is just our imaginary thoughts. We'll discuss that further in the next session. Now the floor is open. If you have some questions, or if you want to share your insight, or simply share anything that comes to your mind regarding this topic.
Namaste, Swami.
Namaste.
Thank you so much. I have a question on something you've written on this page after the prayers page. You wrote, it says, it means approaching life as it is after having done all that one can. Is there a difference between doing all that you can and all that you should? And what is that line? Because sometimes we are capable of more than what we should be doing.
Okay. Very nice question. Let me explain this through an example. I like tomato soup, so that's what comes to my mind. Suppose I'm preparing this tomato soup. Okay. I have boiled the tomatoes, and then I have made a puree. I'm giving out recipe also. No time for the whole recipe. But then I have put what is to be put for a soup, and then the soup is simmering. Now I take a spoon to taste the soup. I taste the soup and I find the soup not acceptable to me because I think the seasonings are not to the extent that what I want, what it should be. Now, should I just accept the soup as it is and go on? No. There are certain things that I can do in order to probably reach how it should be. It's not a compulsive behavior. I probably can eat the soup as it is also, but probably I have a certain standard that how this soup has to be. Nothing wrong if you're approaching in an objective manner. I put some more salt, I put some more basil, I put some more pepper into it, and I stir it and taste it. It's still not up to the mark. I do something more. I add a few more ingredients. I add some cream, I drizzle some olive oil, and then I stir it all. Oh my God. And I taste it. Still not fine. So the last try, probably I'm adding some more butter and stirring it. Having done all that one can, what else can I do? What else can I do? Having done all that I can, now I taste it. What is the solution? Don't you think it's a logical step to accept this soup finally as it is? Having done all that I can. Probably you use the expression what one should, one can. Probably what one should, following a recipe, the adjustment according to the recipe, all that one should, and all that I can, all the ingredients which are at my hand's reach or in my ability to procure. Having done all of it, doesn't it make sense to now accept the soup? Otherwise, I'll just be dissatisfied. So I better enjoy what is in front of me. So that's the approach of acceptance. And now take the soup situation into all your things, your career, your professional goals, your education goals, life goals. Vedanta is not a nihilistic, passive way of living. It's actively engaging with the world with always a background of wisdom. So that's how we are approaching acceptance. Did I answer your question? There's a question there. Could you please use the mic so that everybody can hear? Mic will come to you.
You have to turn it
on. You have to turn it on. It'll make a noise, I guess.
Is it on?
Yes.
Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste.
Thank you so much. I have a little bit of a follow-up question to that.
Sure.
I find myself thinking that acceptance makes a lot of sense when we have clear priorities. Like in the example you gave, it's like, well, is your priority eventually to make the perfect soup or to like eat something and be satisfied and move on? And when it comes to things like career or other things, I feel like there are often conflicting priorities that come into play. And so something I struggle with a lot is how to make a choice while also being accepting of like those things coming into tension, because I feel like if I just am like, okay, it is what it is, then whatever external factor is the strongest will just be what happens. And so I struggle with understanding how like choosing for yourself where you think you should go and accepting the circumstances as they are come into play in that. I don't know if that makes sense.
Okay, let me answer and see if I've got what you're trying to ask me. See, take some time to even really figure out our real priorities. So that's a life's journey, all of your young minds. So take your time to figure out that priority. Doesn't matter. In a certain age, the priority will be your career. And then after a certain age, you find that your priority is health. That's what I see in all my friends. They were hustling so much, working so hard. All of it is fine. But at 35, all of them are now looking for health because few things were compromised. I went into my career never making priority of health, never making health as a priority. I made wealth as a priority. Fine, no problem. But then that person has come to now understand, what am I hustling for if I have to be on some prescription drugs for a health condition which I have created on my own because of a bad lifestyle? Let me fix my priority of health in the first place, and then I will put the career on the second spot. So in that way, the priorities will be shifting in certain time. That's how life is. It's okay. And the external factors, yes, the external factors are always influencing our priorities also. Meanwhile, our Vedantic or our spiritual effort is always to fix our priorities right. So once this fixation of priority is done, then the external factors will not have the same influence as what they used to have. There will be external factors, but it will not overwhelm you. It will not have it will lose its power to have the same influence over you. So that's what it does. Then when these two are fixated in through your choices, through your effort, whatever happens, you will have a frame of mind to accept. Did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you so
Okay.
much.
Yeah. Sometimes I take train from New Jersey, Newark Penn Station. I like to just go on the train instead of flying to a particular place if the train connection is very minimal in the US. But if it's there, I choose to just have some contemplative time to read a book or write something. So they still have the old school board where the train numbers keep on shifting. So the 9 o'clock train on the chart on the first, and then 9:30 is on the second spot, 10:30 is on the third spot. So once the 9 o'clock train has departed, everything shuffles, taka, 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 and then the 9:05 takes the priority. So that's how the life is, like that chart. Priorities, sometimes what we consider as a big priority sometimes just departs, and then the whole chart reshuffles, and then you get your priority right. You put it in the first place. So it's like that. Yeah. Anything else you can ask, you can share, and something doesn't fit right in your mind, you can also challenge or ask again, whatever you want. Be free.
We have time in this evening also for a question.
Yes. Satsang also, but yeah. Yes, Rishi.
Can you hear me? Okay. I guess I'm a little bit confused. You're saying the mind, the notes that I took here, the mind is the cause for bondage and also freedom.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you distinguish mind and intellect? Because you're considering just as the mind full of thought. So I'm a little bit confused of how do we use the intellect,
Yeah.
to help, because it's in the subtle body which freedom comes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
No, don't go to too many things,
Okay.
but I understand your question,
Okay.
what you're trying to ask. So, in the Vedantic approach to the mind, so in some contexts, we make a clear-cut distinctions between mind, intellect, memory. Manaha is mind, intellect is buddhi, memory is chitta. We make this distinction. On another context, we take all all of them as one, as the functions of mind, different functions of mind. So to simplify it, you can just take intellect as a certain faculty, mind are but stream of thoughts, and the intellect is this faculty which helps you decide, make a choice, make certain objective conclusions. That faculty which will helps you examine. Mind is just stream of thought, it is perceiving one thing after another. Mind is just perceiving bamboo. Mind is perceiving what is this flower? Whatever is the flower, yellow flower. Mind is just giving you these thoughts. So, and there in the store there is also a red flower. Intellect comes in and says, okay, I pick up yellow flower, I pick up bamboo. So that faculty, that inner faculty, which helps you make this choice is the intellect. And it's just a stream of thoughts, perceptions, one after another, is the mind. That's how we categorize it. Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did.
Okay. We'll take more questions in the satsang. We'll end with a bhajan and a small meditation. I will retain the loop, Shri Ram Jai Ram. It can also try to approach it with a sense of like an experimentation. Ask this question, am I getting bored of this chant? Ask this question to yourself, can I approach it with the freshness of the moment? It's not an old chant, it's the chant which we are doing now. It's not the same sun of yesterday, it's the sun of today. If we can have a fresh perspective to our approaches. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. moment to close your eyes. Take a moment to acknowledge what you're thinking and feeling at this moment. Make a mental note of it. Let us conclude the session. Join me in chanting Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Slowly and gently, you may open the eyes. Look at the person in front of you or next to you and give a hearty smile again. Hari Om.